Good morning on the West, afternoon on the East. Coast to Coast Sports Center underway. Steph Curry making history, but his daughter, the one right behind me, as usual, she steals the show. Video of Riley Curry telling the world, I see you. I see what you're doing. You seeing my dad. I see you. My dad's the best. But I see you too, David, my partner in Bristol. You see what she did there? Like, I check you out.
Right back at you.
Season, the Spurs are fighting for their playoff life as they face OKC in Game 6. Of the 4 previous teams that won at least 65 games in the regular season to go down 3-2 in the best of 7, only one came back to win, and that was Miami in the 2013 finals against the Spurs. But before we talk about Spurs OKC, Dwight Howard was one of the storylines last night, and that was because of what he said on Inside the NBA. That was a mouthful. Joining me now in Los Angeles on SportsCenter Coast to Coast, Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A., I know that you were friends with Dwight or friendly with Dwight. You know the perception of Dwight. So he addresses these perceived rumors and reports of what people think about him and so on and so forth. Your take on what he had to say.
To excellence. You've got to have support in that realm. And Dwight Howard has not had that over the years, even though he was a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year from 2008 to 2011.
Do you think that, and I thought he came off very well. He answered all the questions. It turned into a therapy session, if you will. But do you think that he silenced some of the critics with what he had to say? So in your opinion, are the best options for him? If you had a gut check.
He would say, I think he's strongly considering Atlanta.
Really?
Yeah, because that's his home.
Okay.
So he's strongly considering Atlanta because of Budenholzer. You know, they got a good job. They got a good thing going. And if you put Dwight Howard with an Al Horford, Jeff Teague, and those boys, they could do some things.
All right, we'll see. Free agency around the corner. Stephen A. Smith in Los Angeles, 3 days straight. It's an honor and a privilege.
Thank you.
Thanks for you.
All right.
Back to you in Bristol.
All right, Cari.
Dynasty, why Seattle could have trouble keeping its roster together. You don't want to miss it. All coming up on SportsCenter Coast to Coast. Back in just a... All right, David, who would have known there's been such a scuttlebutt? Joining us now here on Coast to Coast in Los Angeles, our senior writer, LZ Granderson. LZ, as we've just heard a few moments ago, LeBron perhaps feels some type of way that Kawhi, you know, getting all this attention. I personally think I agree with him. I understand why he would feel that type of way. This is a competition. Your take?
Well, I think we're just bored.
He gets overlooked, and he makes it look so easy.
Look, the last 4 people to win final...
Senior writer.
Senior. I worked hard for that senior part.
You did? That means you write, what, you write extra longer, or what do you do?
I just need to take Geritol before I sit down.
You take Geritol.
Yes.